Da, 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 da. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, coming at you with another album review. And today we're checking out the legendary death metal band Obituary with their new album, Dying of Everything. And if you don't know anything about Obituary, they are a legendary, I already said it, legendary death metal band. I'm repeating myself, but they are a band from Tampa, Florida. They've been around since like 1986, and so they've been in the game of like death metal for like 30 years now. They're one of the big pioneers of the death metal sound and scene. For what I've seen and read up on them and what I experienced from them, they weren't one of the first ones to do it, but they were one of the ones to really take it to the next level in terms of commercial success, because they're one of the most successful death metal bands in the world, having put out like more than 10 albums, I think, in their career, toured with major bands like Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, I think 6 Feet Under, like a lot of prominent death metal bands. And like a lot of bands who are into death metal hardcore these days have a lot of big things, have to give a lot of thanks to Obituary for paving the way for a lot of death metal sound and everything. And I'm super excited to review this album. I'm recently a Obituary fan. I got into them a couple of years ago, been digging into their discography here and there, so I was excited to hear a new album drop as a fan. Starting this album off, we have the song Barely Alive. And let me just say, off the rip, it's fast, it's groovy, it's catchy, and it's like oddly like satisfying. It's a very, very death metal song. It feels very like classic 90s like death metal. The cymbals on the drum sound really clear as day as they're playing along. Guitars sound really, really what I want to say, tight and catchy. Vocals sound really great as well. The mix, though, is a little bit low, but it's not that big of a deal. And from the get-go, from this song, I was believed that, oh, this is going to be a pretty ripping album. But let's just say from here on, it's going to kind of go downhill. So I definitely think this might be the best song on this album for sure. And I want to play a little clip of that for you. Listen, with the gates of hell, feel the faith on burning dead. With a dying world and the seaside souls of men. If this was like to listen to 90s metal back in the day, I would have been like my mind would have been blown, because it just sounds so crisp and fresh. Hey guys, my life. Then we have The Wrong Time, which starts with a nice drum build up. But then also I was noticing definitely on this track that mixing is turned down really low. Like it was kind of hard to hear the vocals at times, but it has a very chill and groovy vibe after the drum build up is done. Catchy riffs and hooks throughout the song. The guitar solo sounded a little bit odd, like it sounded very programmed, a bit too clean and digitized to me for my taste per se. And then the mix again in the later half of the song is really, really small. Like it's hard to hear him and the guitars as well. Without a consensus, it's a slow down intro with heavy guitars and percussions. The mix again on these vocals are getting really weird. They sounding really heavy, but so small. And he keeps talking about end to free speech ratings. I don't know. I don't know like where he was going with this. It didn't seem so like, I couldn't tell if it was being very political in like a conservative or liberal way. It was very, I guess maybe I'm not smart enough. I just couldn't understand it, but it felt like more on the conservative side in a weird way. I don't know. I just didn't like the lyrics too much. The song drags on way too long, and simply I just feel like it's not that great of a song. War is the next song. It starts off with some battlefield sound clips of like gun shooting and like people in like trenches, it sounds like. And then it builds into a slow build up for the song, and then chuggy, slow beat down style of like chant of war. That's what I could say. Like it feels like they're ready to go to battle. Lyrically though, It sounds very, very cheesy, like an online game, like war game script. Like it seems very like these are filler lyrics, like they were just temporary lyrics, but they left them in. Instrumentals feel really lazy and just going through the motions. And when I think the song's gonna end, it just keeps going. Like it was hard to get through this song. It just seemed very uninspiring and lame. And so with that, I'm gonna play a clip of this song. I guess on a second listen through right now, he does sound pretty good, but like the content of the song, eh. Now with the song "Dying of Everything," they're going back to a faster and intense tempo. They're doing Obituary, what they do best, and that is they just sonically and lyrically, instrumentally, they just sound so much better than that previous song "War." It's just a step above. Like any song after "War" could be like amazing compared to that song "War." Fast and soaring guitars, lots of use of the whammy bar on the guitar. It's very nice. Um, they slow it down in the middle of the song to give a like a demonic and like devilish breakdown as best I can say. It sounds very menacing. Um, you're headbanging throughout this whole track. But it does drag a little bit towards the end. Then we have My Will to Live. It's kind of like not a fast song, it's not a slow song, it's like mid-tempo style song, like it's in that middle ground. Some groovy and heaviness to it. Drums seemed a bit burnt out and not hitting that hard. They sound not as punchy. Guitar sound heavy too, but they also seem kind of lazy. The vocal mix has gotten better with this track compared to the other tracks. Simple and like okay lyrics. These songs seem to be like overstaying their welcome. I think these songs would be better if they trimmed them down a bit because I feel like there's a lot of repetition. And then we have By the Dawn, another slow and hellish start that then we have By the Dawn. It starts with like a slow build up that goes into like a hellish pummeling of a solid track. Like it's just boom, 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 boom. It's just getting at you. They're firing on all cylinders on this track. The riffs are very mesmerizing and noticeable here with a very tighter sounding production and writing style. It doesn't feel as much of a slog compared to some of the other songs. Mixing and sound and production here sounds pretty good. You have the song Weaponize the Hate. It's a headbanging song, like from the get-go. The rhythm of the song is very catchy. Drums sound a bit more dynamic here, so it's really nice to hear them. Like he's doing some more intricate playing. Um, the and then they kill a lot of their momentum with the repetition again. Like I know it's very like death metal, 90s death metal in a way to like play a long song and everything, but like they loop back into like a long like guitar riff and like uh long instrumental part of the song, and it's just kind of like it kills my vibe a little bit. But then towards the end they kick back into like being fun again. I don't know, these middle parts of their songs, they just kind of get, man, then we're getting torn apart. It has like a fun like galloping sound opening to it. Like you have a fun two-step to it, and it's just like very fun and groovy. Drums sound more alive here. Bass is very beefy on this one. Fun guitar riffs in the middle of the song. They kind of cut some of that repetitive sounding riffs, and like they're playing a little bit like differently here. And it has a nice breakdown in this song. And then like towards the end, they bring in some heavy ass grooves. And this song, like, it's fun to listen to for sure. So here's a small clip of it. So yeah, torn apart. Torn apart. I don't know why I looked over there. Finally, we have the song "Be Warned," which it starts off with like slow, crunchy guitars, and then like his voice has like a very deep and menacing growl to it. It's very full, very hefty here. It's a slow burn of a song. Not bad, not good, nothing too wowing, but it just kind of ends the album all right. So that was my review of the new Obituary album, Dying of Everything. I think you can see a lot of what Obituary is about in terms of like they've been in the game for 30 years, they're legends, they're putting in hard work and they know what they're doing. And at times when they know they can hit the mark, they hit the mark really well and just can like play really well, sound really good, and be still very relevant. But then there's times where then I think there's more times on this album where they've just missing the mark and just kind of going through the motions, or like this kind of sounds like us and we've done kind of something similar, let's just go with this. Like it just feels like they're just putting an album just to put an album out, in some of the songs they're recording just to record. So I'm not saying that they're running out of steam, but it feels like it's in that weird middle ground of like, can we still be creative slash, or are we just going to double down and just do what we've normally done? And so like, and on the production side, I don't think this is one of their best produced albums from their discography. The mixing was really low on the vocals sometimes, so it was really hard to hear. That was a big problem I had. And yeah, so few hits on this album, but more duds, I think, or even more, not even duds, just very mediocre songs. But hey, it's still a great, I don't say great album, it's still an album from one of the legendary death metal pioneers, Obituary. Mad respect to them for still putting out work, still working hard. I always appreciate all musicians. So thank you, Obituary. And with that being said, I want to give this album a nice 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, Obituary, Dying of Everything. Links down below. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's get it going. Give me some more requests. I'm always down to check out any band, any musician from any genre. Let's have some fun, guys. Till next time.